Hi folks, it's Uri Peiser with GuitarIngenuity.com. I spent the past 4 hours, sorry, in the gym, and my old bald head looks like a red balloon. I'm seeing myself on the monitor here. Looks kind of funny, but anyway, I'm not here to talk about my bald head, but this man, Wino, and his album Adrift. So, the problem we're having here is that I'm going to fail miserably because I don't think I am adequately equipped, or I'm inadequate to actually do a good review on this album. I mean, look, I'm a massive Saint Vitus fan, and I am somewhat familiar with Wino's other material, The Obsessed and Spirit Caravan and so forth. I am a short-time fan. It's not that I've been following him or his bands around or his projects around for a long time. I can't say that. So there's certainly much more for me to explore. But, you know, the first time I heard him with Saint Vitus, and you know, from there on out, I mean, it's life-changing music. It's just the authenticity, the intensity of his performance, and you know, when he performs with other band members, I want to include them too. It's just one of a kind, and I think all Wino fans would agree to that. There's something very special, something very authentic and truthful to the man. And I got to be very careful here with my statements. Look, I don't know Wino, right? I'm basing my opinion and my perception on what I hear and see of him. But I obviously don't know him, so I need to be careful with making those statements. But you probably know what I mean. So when I bought Adrift, which is my first Wino solo album, I knew it was gonna be strong, but I had no idea what's gonna hit me. And boy, I mean, if you don't have this album, you deprive yourself of a lifetime opportunity. And that may sound corny, but I don't care. This is one of the strongest pieces of music I've ever heard in my lifetime, and I've been listening to quite a bit of music. This, guys, ladies and gentlemen, and children of the doom, you got to get that. There's just, you know, if you don't do that, you really miss out on something really big, profound, and so intense that you don't want to do that. So please get this album. You know, people say, oh, it's another side of Wino, right? He's not singing in Vitus, so obviously it's him playing guitar now, it's him singing, and it's not all acoustic, by the way. So there are some songs feature some overdub electric guitars, and so again, some people say, oh, it's another side of Wino, and you know what? That's possibly true, but you know what? It's kind of, I don't think that this is a different Wino from the Wino we know singing in Vitus, for example. It's just a different platform, and possibly a different, and I guess a different opportunity for him to share a little bit more personal stuff. And again, I got to be careful. I don't know Wino, and I don't even know if he would agree to that. But it seems to me, like this is a very personal album. And all I can say is I do feel highly privileged to own this piece of music. And you know, you can look at it from so many different angles. You can say, Okay, the guitar playing. What about the guitar playing? Well, the guitar playing is top notch. I don't know how he pulls these things off. I mean, I knew he was a great guitar player. You know, when you listen to some of the Obsessed stuff, but he's an outstanding acoustic guitar player too. And lyrically, I mean, what else would you expect of him? You certainly don't get any shallow top 10 type of lyrics. So this is really profound and intense stuff and heavy stuff. You know, just because it's a solo and predominantly acoustic album doesn't mean it's not heavy. There's some really heavy stuff on there. So again, musically, lyrically, the whole songwriting, the whole package, the whole album as a product just works phenomenally well. So one more time, it's Adrift by Wino. I can only highly recommend it, and I do apologize at this point because again, I don't feel that I am able to really convey the strength of and the magnitude of this album. I'm not able to do that, so please listen to it. You know, I guarantee you, and I usually don't do that, but I guarantee you, if you consider yourself a fan of good music, and let's don't elaborate what is good music and bad music. Since you're watching this video, I do believe there is an underlying common denominator to which we all would agree and which we consider a good music. Then you really need to get moving and get that album. And I'm not. And one last thing, I'm not the guy who drinks everybody's Kool-Aid. If I can be very critical. I just did a review on a Black Sabbath DVD, and Black Sabbath is very dear to my heart, but I'm not shy of sharing some criticism if I just personally feel that way. But here, I don't know. I mean, all I can say is if you don't get it, you're missing out on something profound and very big. So again, Adrift by Wino. If you have questions, as usual, you can reach out to me. guitaringenuity@gmx.com. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye.